COVID for real. Do the right thing. Wear your mask. Stay safe. And help keep others safe. Your mask is not only to protect you, it's also to help protect others and just keep us all safe. And that's the only way we're going to get over it is working together to keep us safe.
This is Justice Voices, stories that need to be told, voices that need to be heard. Welcome to Justice Voices. I'm your host, David Risley. I'm joined today by our guest, Lynard Joiner, who's back again after a couple of years ago when we made a recording of an interview that ended up being episode 1 of Justice Voices. Welcome, Mr. Joiner.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We also want to give a shout out and thanks to the Illinois Public Health Association for allowing us the use of this facility to record this and future episodes involving interviews of returned citizens who have come back to the community after being released from prison. One of the things that we also want to talk about is an update with you. Let's start talking about you personally. What's happened with you yourself over the last 2 years since our last interview?
Well, since our last interview, we know we had a pandemic to come about called COVID-19, and I am one that caught COVID-19 in August of 2020 while doing a back-to-school giveaway down in Mississippi. Well, as we did the back-to-school giveaway, we tried to be as safe as possible. We thought we were safe as possible. We wore gloves, we wore masks. And it was a drive-through service. They drove through and we gave them the book bag, the food, and the other little gift that we were giving them. There was really no other contact other than that.
But what happened after you got back to Springfield? What did you find out?
Well, after we got back to Springfield, we found out that about 7 of us tested positive for COVID-19.
How many went down?
I think 12 of us went.
So 7 out of 12 came back and were infected with COVID-19.
That is correct.
Tell us about your experience with COVID-19. Some people just kind of say, oh, it's just like the flu. It's nothing worse than that. Is that true, at least with you?
Well, let me back up a little bit and just say that when I returned back home that Sunday, I thought it was just a regular cold. So I waited 3-4 days. I kept getting worse, kept feeling sick. And I was like, I just got a cold from going to Mississippi, now coming back to Illinois climate. So I thought it was just a basic cold. But as I just said, I got worse. So my girlfriend told me, no, maybe you want to go get checked. But I must say, I never imagined that I had it. So I went to St. John and hoping they told me it was just a cold. That's what I thought they were going to tell me. But they took the two thing and put up my nose, and a couple hours later came back and told me, Mr. Joiner, you have COVID-19. We must get you upstairs right away.
Okay, so you were hospitalized.
Yes, for 10 days.
And things went downhill.
Very much so.
Tell us about that.
Well, once they got me upstairs, they took me to the COVID floor, as they call that at St. John. And while in there, my third day or so, the doctor came to see me and told me, pretty much make a long story short, Mr. Joiner, you have COVID, as they have already told you, but Mr. Joiner, you also have pneumonia with it. And your oxygen is just not right. You're not breathing properly. And based on what I have seen, Mr. Joiner, I just don't think you're going to make it.
That must have been a shock.
Very much so. Because I wasn't feeling that way as if it was over for me.
But you were on oxygen.
Yes, I was.
And they were telling you that your oxygen levels were so low that they just didn't think under the circumstances you were going to make it.
Yes, my oxygen level was supposed to be up around 90 or above. Mine was like 72, and it kept going down.
So at least the trend looked bad for you,
Yes.
but you're still here.
Yes, I am, and I thank God for that.
Well, we're happy that you are still with us.
Thank you.
We're glad that you recovered, but you've had some long-term effects afterwards. Tell us about that.
Well, one of the effects I had was damage my lung from all the coughing and just trying to regain my breath and stuff. So I have a lung problem that they finally gave me some steroid to clear up my lungs and stuff. But based on taking the steroid, another problem came about. I am now a diabetic. I have to take insulin, and I take a couple pills for as well.
Now, how long ago did you get COVID?
I got it in August of 2020.
So we're talking 8 months ago.
Yes,
You're still going to rehab now
that is correct.
because of your lungs.
Yes, and I'm still under doctor care because not only is I'm having a lung problem, there's another problem. They trying to see is it affecting my heartbeat because they're feeling that my heart is having to work too hard right now.
Now, I know that there's a lot of people who are reluctant to be vaccinated, partly because they don't trust the vaccine, although by now millions of people, including me, and now we'll get to that, including you, have been vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very rare to have any sort of side effects. It's not so rare to get COVID-19. In fact, COVID-19 is still here with us. It's still a pandemic going on, and too many people are taking it lightly. And as a result, they carry it whether they know it or not, and they pass it on to others, and people are being infected. And so if we're going to beat this, we need to have people take it seriously. Do you have a message to those people who are reluctant to be vaccinated or who don't take COVID-19 seriously?
Yes, I do. COVID is real, and it's based on my experience that we should always keep our mask, wash our hand constantly. Your mask is not only to protect you, it's also to help protect others and just keep us all safe. And that's the only way we want to get over it is working together to keep us safe.
Now, you were taking precautions when you were down in Mississippi, and you were doing the things that you've said, and you still got you infected with COVID-19.
Well, you never know who you come in contact with. That's why it's good to wear the masks and stuff. And try to avoid going into large party and large crowd and stuff, especially where they're not wearing masks or nothing there. You should be cautious.
If you knew then what you know now, would you be vaccinated?
Oh, I would have took in a heartbeat. There wouldn't be no doubt in my mind. Even like right now, as you say, I have been vaccinated. It's better off. I think it's better for a person to get it than not to get it.
And you've been vaccinated because
Yes.
No one knows how long the immunity lasts that you got from having been infected with COVID-19 before. And so you're taking every precaution to make sure that you live as long as God put you on this earth to live and not do something foolish that shortens things up.
And I will continue to wear my mask.
Well, we appreciate that, and we're glad that you're still with us.
Thank you.
We've got a lot of work to do together.
Yes, we do. Very much so.
Anything else you'd like to share before we close out this episode?
Well, only thing I would like to leave us with is COVID for real. Do the right thing. Wear your mask. Stay safe. And help keep others safe.
Thank you, Mr. Joiner.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us for another episode of Justice Voices, listening to stories that need to be told, voices that need to be heard. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and spread the word. We're looking forward to more episodes of Justice Voices, and we don't want you to miss any of them.